Breaking news! Yes, my friends, you can celebrate. We managed to crush the Texans in last Wednesday's game, and that made me very happy. If you are also thrilled with this victory, hit that like button hard. If possible, write something like this: Go Ravens, let's go to the Super Bowl. The Baltimore Ravens have secured the top spot in the AFC North and currently hold the third seed in the playoffs. With one game remaining in the regular season, all they need to do is beat the Cleveland Browns to solidify their position. Depending on what happens with the Buffalo Bills, the Ravens could even have a shot at the second seed. This development ends what has been an incredible run for Baltimore, and fans are on a high after the team's most dominant performance of the season. Looking back at the Ravens' 31-2 victory over the Houston Texans, it's hard not to marvel at the completeness of their game. This wasn't just a blowout, it was a statement. Lamar Jackson was a masterclass in efficiency, with 225 total yards, a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns in the first quarter alone. Derrick Henry complemented Jackson perfectly, racking up 86 rushing yards in the same period. Their synergy set the tone for a full-throttle offense, and the defense played at a level that left the Texans completely suffocated. What makes this performance so remarkable is the turnaround from earlier in the season. The Ravens' defense, which struggled in the first half of the year, has been transformed. Key players like Darius Washington and Kyle Hamilton have stepped up in major ways. Washington, in particular, made a game-changing play when he stopped Joe Mixon at the goal line, preserving the Ravens' dominant lead. These kinds of plays, decisive and impactful, have been a hallmark of Baltimore's resurgence in recent weeks. This win wasn't just about individual performances, it was about the team coming together. The Ravens excelled in all three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Unlike earlier in the season, where one unit would have to compensate for another's shortcomings, this time, every part of the team contributed to the win. It's the kind of performance that gives fans hope for a deep playoff run. What's striking about this team is how everything seems to be clicking at the perfect time. Coming out of the bye week, the Ravens have addressed their weaknesses and leaned into their strengths. The addition of Derrick Henry has elevated an already potent offense, and Jackson's ability to avoid turnovers has been a game changer. It's no wonder fans are feeling confident about Baltimore's chances in the postseason. Now, Ravens fans, we want to hear from you. How confident are you in Baltimore's ability to make a deep playoff run? What stood out to you the most in this dominant performance? Let's keep the conversation going as we look ahead to the Browns game and the postseason. Mike Florio's defense of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens has created a buzz that Ravens fans should savor. The narrative shift from critical skepticism to vocal support is undeniable, especially after the Ravens' recent dominant win against the Houston Texans. This victory, which capped a grueling 3-game, 11-day stretch where Baltimore outscored opponents 100-33, has reinforced the Ravens' claim as one of the NFL's elite teams when everything clicks. For Florio, a past critic, to now declare Lamar Jackson as MVP material and recognize the Ravens' potential when they're at their best signals a turning point not just in perception but also in respect for Baltimore's excellence this season. Reflecting on Lamar Jackson's pivotal performance, Florio's tweets proclaiming Jackson as MVP with vivid conviction resonate strongly. The dramatic change in tone from last year's critiques highlights Jackson's growth and the Ravens' resilience. Florio's acknowledgement that when the Ravens are clicking, there's no better team in the league is music to fans' ears and a testament to the transformative impact of Jackson's leadership. Against Houston, Jackson delivered MVP-worthy moments that showcased both skill and composure. His ability to evade defenders, like making All-Pro Danielle Hunter look ineffective during a key play, paired with his efficient stats, 10 completions out of 15 attempts for 168 yards, alongside impactful rushing plays, paint the picture of a quarterback in control. But Jackson's contributions go beyond numbers. They define a team dynamic that forces opponents to account for every move, opening opportunities for teammates like Derrick Henry, who capitalized on the space created by Jackson's dual-threat presence. The MVP debate, however, isn't just about Jackson's brilliance, it's about context and consistency. Critics often juxtapose Jackson's performances with those of other contenders like Josh Allen. Yet, Florio and others now recognize the inefficiency in dismissing Jackson's impact. The Ravens quarterback has redefined the narrative, not just through his stats, but through key victories against tough opponents, including divisional rivals and AFC powerhouses. His ability to rise to the occasion on national stages, such as breaking Michael Vick's quarterback rushing record, only solidifies his status as a game-changer. This shift in sentiment is echoed by teammates and media figures alike. Zay Flowers' enthusiastic MVP man, "Stop playing for real," and Isaiah Likely's "Are we still debating?" capture the team's confidence in Jackson. Media personalities like Dan Orlovsky and Emmanuel Acho, previously more aligned with other MVP contenders, have begun reevaluating their positions. Orlovsky's acknowledgement of Jackson's week-to-week dominance, juxtaposed with Allen's recent struggles, underscores how Jackson has risen above his peers in the season's most critical moments. Baltimore's defensive prowess in the Texans game further complements Jackson's campaign. Defensive coordinator Zach Orr deserves credit for orchestrating a unit that has become a force. The defense's ability to stifle Houston's offense, limiting C.J. Stroud and the Texans' run game to minimal impact, underscores the Ravens' complete team performance. Contributions from unsung heroes like Darius Washington, who made game-changing plays, illustrate the depth and determination of this squad. The Ravens' ability to dominate in all three phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, reflects a team peaking at the right time. This balance, combined with Jackson's leadership, places them in prime position to control their AFC North destiny and secure home field advantage in the playoffs. Now, Baltimore fans, this is where you come in. Do you believe Lamar Jackson has cemented his case as the NFL MVP? How do you see the Ravens' momentum shaping up as they push for playoff glory? Share your thoughts and let's keep the conversation going. The Ravens' current trajectory feels reminiscent of their 2012 championship season, where a late-season surge propelled them to Super Bowl glory. This year's team has shown similar resilience and a knack for peaking when it matters most. From Lamar Jackson's MVP-caliber performances to the defensive turnaround orchestrated by defensive coordinator Zach Orr, it's clear that this team is hitting its stride. Let's delve deeper into the defense's remarkable transformation. Early in the season, the Ravens struggled to find consistency on that side of the ball. Missed assignments and lapses in execution were common, leading to questions about whether this defense could hold up in critical games. However, the insertion of Darius Washington and adjustments by Orr have completely flipped the narrative. Washington's presence alongside Kyle Hamilton has created one of the league's most formidable safety tandems. Hamilton's ball-hawking skills and Washington's knack for delivering clutch plays have been pivotal. Together, they've become a nightmare for opposing offenses. Take, for instance, Washington's highlight play against the Texans, a fourth-and-goal stop where he barreled into Joe Mixon, forcing a turnover on downs. That sequence encapsulated the kind of grit and determination this defense has rediscovered. Plays like these have instilled confidence in the unit, and the results are evident. Baltimore's defense now ranks among the league's best over the past 5 weeks. Offensively, Lamar Jackson continues to demonstrate why he's a leading MVP candidate. While his stat line against the Texans, 3 total touchdowns, no turnovers, and efficient passing, was impressive, it's his leadership and decision-making that truly set him apart. Jackson's ability to keep drives alive, coupled with his chemistry with Derrick Henry, has made the Ravens' offense nearly unstoppable. Add to that the emerging contributions of players like Zay Flowers and Isaiah Likely, and it's clear this team is stacked with weapons. The offensive line also deserves credit for its role in the team's success. Their ability to create lanes for Henry and provide Jackson with the time he needs to operate has been instrumental.